Hello, konnichiwa. This is Setsuna and welcome back to Your Turn to Die Death Game by Majority Chapter 2 Part 2 main game. So in the last video, we went further into the main game. We're getting close to the preliminary vote and we learned that So was the one that shocked Q-Taro, and we got to learn about Keiji's backstory with Megumi and why he left her to die. Now we are trying to figure out who to leave out of the final vote. Who we should have outside so that we don't have to, or so that they don't have to continue lying. I think Big Sis Sarah should be left out, meow, because she is super dependable for reasoning, woof. And also, I swore to protect Big Sis Sarah, meow. Aww, Gin. I believe in you, meow. Aw, that's sweet. How about we leave Gin, since he doesn't have any tokens? Just listen, the best person to leave out is someone who's very likely to have the sacrifice. Coming from Nao. If the sacrifice comes around to you, you can trade it away if you have tokens, right? But Gin has 0 tokens. If Gin had the sacrifice even once, he wouldn't be able to trade it. I guess this is Nao's way of making sure that Gin isn't in the final vote because she knows that Gin wouldn't have been the person to send the sacrifice to Nao. And actually, looking back, Nao wasn't there when Sara was given the sacrifice. She wouldn't have known or suspected Sara to be the one to give her the sacrifice. And so there's a high chance he's the sacrifice? Yeah. So should be left out. I mean, didn't he say he was a sacrifice to start? It's because So's a sacrifice that he's able to say such rotten stuff. If he spouts suspicious stuff and loses our trust, he can get us to vote for him. Leave him out and his heart should calm down. But I wonder if just leaving him out will make him say what he's really thinking. For an ally, he's a real pain, huh? Aw, yeah, I like that too. We should leave out someone with lots of tokens, like Q-Taro. There's been a bunch of card trading this time. It's possible Q-Taro with all his tokens was involved in at least one trade. And him giving his tokens to So, that objectively could really influence the discussion. We should leave him out to extract info. Yeah. Of course, Keiji wants that to happen because it's part of his plan. I have to say, I'd be glad if Sara was left out. My reason, because you're the one I want to live most. Oh, Kanna. No matter what. Wow, even over So, I guess Sara wins. We shouldn't be selecting Gin or Kanna. Sacrificing a kid's no good at all. I ain't trying to look like a good person. I just feel like once we lose our sensibilities, we're gonna turn into demons. Oh, like you did once. If it's gonna come to that, then pick me, Sara. Right, if we're leaving someone out, I think I'd say Miss Sara too. Because you're so darn cute. What did you think I was gonna say? Oh, so it's a little too late for you to start acting like Keiji. When our escape failed, I looked at you and had a thought. She's acting kinda strange. Yeah, I mean, we did kinda have to go back and forth between rooms. You had this desperate look, as if you had the sacrifice. And on top of that, a last-minute trade right after our escape failed. Just a tad suspicious, isn't it? I want to know more about you, Miss Sara. Ew. Okay, well, we extracted a new statement, right? A last-minute trade right before our escape failed. Just a tad suspicious, isn't it? But Q-Taro, your face. That's a different expression. That's kind of hard to catch, because you have to check So's statement again. Q-Taro, is something the matter? There being a trade just before the main game. Is that true? Huh? It's true. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I wonder. I was kind of confuzzled. Don't hide it. That's what he said, right? Which means, yeah, just maybe. I figured out who's got the sacrifice. Meow? What? How could you possibly know that from what we just... Q-Taro? I know. Everybody, listen up. I'm the Keymaster. I'll go into Keiji's plan. I guess I'm assuming the kind of sign that Keiji told Q-Taro to wait for was that, like, while Q-Taro was passed out, Keiji was going to make the trade to switch out his Keymaster for Q-Taro's Sage, supposedly. Or technically the other way around. Q-Taro's Keymaster for Keiji's Sage. So Q-Taro thinks that that's what that final trade was. The only trade that happened while he was passed out. And because of that, he thinks that Sara has the sacrifice, since there wouldn't have been another time for Sara to get rid of the sacrifice card. I think that's the explanation as to why Q-Taro knows that Sara has the sacrifice. Yeah, I'm daring to say before voting. What's this all of a sudden? I can't tell where you're going with this. You would say that, huh, Sara? Huh? I'm sorry for taking the Keymaster from you. Does he mean the sacrifice card you got sent was mine, Sara? It's Q-Taro who sent me the sacrifice. And you've still got the sacrifice now, ain't that right? What's he talking about? I have a commoner card now. Q-Taro is making a false accusation here. Stay calm. What do I do? Make use of this or explain myself? Well... You know, this Sara's not very smart, so let's keep explaining herself without taking advantage of it. I absolutely don't have the sacrifice. So relax, everyone. You can vote for me. Huh? Now that I think about it, being thought of as a sacrifice is better for not getting votes. Yeah, I like this moment too, because it's like everyone's targeting Sara, and of course, as like the player character, you don't want all of the bad energy being put towards you, but in this scenario, it is better for everyone to avoid voting for you. I'm actually not sure if there's any good reason to deny it. Well, just nobody vote for Miss Sara. That'll be fine, right? If nobody votes, yeah, she becomes the candidate, and that proves she's the sacrifice with a double vote. I would like that, but it's about time we proceed with the vote. Please, wait. Can we decide on such an important vote with so much still unclear? Oh, we just can't sort it out in such a short time. Grr, what should we do? The victim's gonna be one of the ones we nominate, remember? We really should discuss some more. You sure don't know when to give up. Aww. Time is up. Please select the 4 who will remain for the final vote. Enter your votes, please. Alright, please choose who to vote for. It's so weird not seeing a large amount of people, since compared to the first main game, there's 3 people missing. Anyways, I think we should... You know what, just for the fun of it, let's vote for Keiji. Actually, no, I shouldn't. We'll vote for ourselves. And maybe it'll be a double vote, and then everyone will hate us. Displaying results. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Nankidai's mentioned before that he actually has like a Google Doc that says who each person voted for in any of the instances where they vote. So I'm curious who exactly voted for who. Okay, so my theory for like who voted for who during this preliminary vote, I think that the 2 votes that Keiji got come from Reiko and Gin, mainly because like Reiko's always been kind of suspicious of Keiji, and especially after the stuff with Megumi,
I feel like there's enough reason for her to vote for him. And yeah, I feel like that makes sense. And Gin, I also feel like I feel like Keiji is a safe option. So would be another one that Gin could have voted for instead. But I think that the two people that voted for So are Q-Taro, obviously because Q-Taro hates So, and then also Keiji because Keiji also hates So, poor guy. And then the two votes for Kanna, I think, are herself. She definitely voted for herself. And then I think the other vote comes from So, because at this point, So still thinks that Kanna is the sacrifice. You know, like at the beginning, he was trying to get her votes. And I think even now, he thinks that Kanna might have the sacrifice. But the one problem with that is that if he thinks that Kanna has the sacrifice, then Kanna having two votes for herself is strange if So voted for Kanna as well. He would think that there should be 3 votes, right? 2 from herself and then 1 from him. So it's possible that So voted for Keiji instead, but I can't see like Q-Taro or Keiji or Reiko vote for Kanna or Gin, which is why I feel like it was So and Kanna that voted for her. Kind of makes it more tragic, too, with the ending. And then the 2 votes for Nao are obviously herself. She voted for herself with the 2 sacrifice votes. So yeah, that's what I think. Reiko and Gin voted for Keiji, and then Q-Taro and Keiji voted for So, and Kanna and So voted for Kanna. And then we voted for ourselves, so we're out of the loop. We're fine.
That's my guess on who voted for what. Is it very important? Not really, but still interesting to think about. The first vote is over. And I wasn't chosen. Relief. I can feel my strained nerves loosening. But why these 4? Sara, you... It's just like I said, I'm not the sacrifice, I'm a commoner. 4 will advance to the final vote. So Hiyori. Kanna Kizuchi. Keiji Shinogi. Nao Egokoro. Why me? It's interesting that in the first main game and in the second main game, the candidate that goes on to the final round, who's most surprised for being voted, turns out to be the sacrifice. Like, Joe had a similar reaction to Nao, of like, why was I also chosen when he was announced to be in the final round. Sniff. This isn't right. I know this despair myself. You can't want to have a conversation when you feel like this. Which is why it's my role to inspire them. Like Keiji did for me in the first main game. Give a pep talk or question them. Let's give a pep talk. Lift your heads up. We've always done what we had to do. No matter how cruel it is, you can't stop. But, Kanna, we're not your enemies. Even if someone is the sacrifice, we move in the same direction. We talk, and we advance the discussion. Sara! Right you are. The real battle begins here. Everyone! Guess those of us who were in pigs should start. Incidentally, my role's commoner. Got that? Muscle Gorilla, it's not the time to shrivel up, meow. Let's remember the card trade's in order, woof. Yeah. Alright, it's getting serious. I love the background here too. It's eerie how it's just a cityscape. The same city we see in Your Turn to Shine, I think, in one of the endings. Now, please grasp your fate with your own hands. May you not all perish. Now, we're gonna proceed along, digging into the details of the trades. Big Sis Reiko, got it, meow. Gashu quietly sat in the chair again. Alright. There were 4 trades made in total. That ain't that many. By the way, I've been a commoner the whole way, Woof. Didn't get traded with even once, meow. That's very convenient and nice. Gin has always just been a commoner, even in the first game. I mean, the same could be said about Reiko, but still. Trading cards required 50 tokens, so only so many people could make trades. Only 3 people, alright. Trading cards required 50 tokens, so only so many people could make trades. The token rankings had Q-Taro in first and Gin in last, if I heard right. Me, you, and Nao were near the bottom, right? Oh yeah, I guess all of this information she would have had to hear about later on. Like, I wonder if the final attraction was broadcasted some way to Reiko for her to be able to see what was happening, or if, like, Safan just told her the rankings later on, or if she heard it from someone else. I don't think we had enough tokens to trade cards. There were 4 trades made in total. That ain't that many. Honestly, it's all a mess in my head. Glad we got given more time to sort it out. By the way, I've been a commoner the whole way, Woof. Didn't get traded with even once, meow. My heart was pounding, wondering when I'd get past a bad card, meow. But my role didn't change up to the very end, Woof. I made it through all 5 trades, meow. 5 trades, Alright, let's apply. Muscle Gorilla? That's wrong, meow. What? There were 5 trades, Woof. 5? Wait, by my memory, there were 3 trades. Then I heard there was 1 just before the main game. I get it. You misunderstood, Q-Taro. There were 2 trades while you were out. What? That don't make no sense. That's our line, meow. Sorry, but nobody's given me an explanation. Well, that's on us. Hey, Q-Taro, when was it that you passed Sara the sacrifice card? Actually, did you have sacrifice from the start? Nah, that ain't it. The first card I had was commoner. I get it. That tells me most of the trades. The false trades that you're trying to push into our brain. What? I don't have a clue, Woof. Why is that, meow? Because your friendly policeman made the first trade. For real? Who'd you trade what? I gave Sara the Keymaster. Then what card did Sara start with? I have no reason to lie, but I was a commoner. At first, I was a commoner. You traded Keymaster for commoner, meow? And I deepened our trust doing it. Yeah, so Q-Taro here would know that Keiji is lying. I mean, this was probably part of the plan, but... and so is suspect of that. Let's do a little sort out. In the first trade, I passed the Keymaster into Sara's hands. In the second trade, what got traded? Someone's sacrifice and Q-Taro's commoner. Exactly. Someone's sacrifice was swapped with Q-Taro's commoner. And in the third trade, Sara's Keymaster and Q-Taro's sacrifice were swapped. Yeah, and the someone that gave Q-Taro the sacrifice would have been Nao. Yep, that's what it'd mean. Muscle Gorilla, tell us everything you can remember, meow. We're gonna have you tell us all the details of the third trade. Urgh. At the time of the third trade, I was searching the first floor alone, meow, so I want to know the situation, Woof. The third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. Ugh. These trades, I'd better keep them sorted out in my head too. You can now sort out the details of the trades. Nice. Okay, let's get this all straight. The top row of this table is what card everyone had to start with. Oh, I love a good table chart. Those further to the right had more tokens to spend, in broad strokes at least. The next row is what card everyone had after the first trade. I mean, I think technically Kanna had more tokens than So, but I guess that's an unnecessary detail. The next row is what card everyone had after the first trade. Below that is after the second trade, after the third trade, and so on and so forth. The bottom row is after the fifth trade. In other words, the rules they ended up with. Of course, this is all my guesswork. I'll rework it if new information comes up. In the first trade, or I guess to start off, it's true that Sada had the commoner, but Keiji did not have the Keymaster, he had the Sage. In the second trade, Keiji switched out the Keymaster that Q-Taro had for the commoner that Sada had to gain Sada's trust. In the second trade, Sada's card stays the same, while someone, most likely Nao, traded her sacrifice that she was given at the beginning to the commoner card that Q-Taro had. The reason it's suspected that it's Nao is because she would have stolen Alice's tokens. She was the only person acting strange at that point, and it makes sense that the kidnappers would have given her the sacrifice to start with. And then in the third trade, that was when So switched out the Keymaster that Sada had for the sacrifice that Q-Taro had, so then they were swapped. The fourth trade was between Keiji and Q-Taro, switching out the Sage for the Keymaster. And then finally the last trade was the one that Kanna did, where she traded her commoner for Sada's sacrifice, but ended up moving the sacrifice to Nao, and Sada and Kanna end up with commoners. Anyways, I probably didn't have to explain all that, considering we'll go over it, but it's nice to be able to sort it all out, to be able to see how things unfold. Because I do really like the gimmick that this main game has of trading tokens. I feel like it's really interesting to just see the decisions that people actually make, the characters make, to switch out their tokens, and to see all of the different strategies that the different characters had. Like, Nao had her own strategy, Q-Taro and Keiji had their strategy together, and So of course had his own strategies. Same with Kanna. Anyways, super cool. Let's extract. At the time of the third trade, I was searching the first floor alone, meow. I was off doing all this stuff by myself, woof. I wanted to see the laptop, meow. Aww. What stuff did you do exactly? It's not relevant right now, woof. Yeah, and we never find out as of chapter 3 part 1. We gotta figure out what Gin was doing down there, because it's definitely gonna be important later. The third trade happened while everyone was sharing the laptop. I was worried because you were acting strange, Sada. To think you'd been traded the sacrifice. Damn, Q-Taro, you gotta make that trade on the spot and then act all innocent? Huh? Something strange here. Yeah, on the spot. Q-Taro, why are you talking? Well, let's try. Oh, I didn't realize that Q-Taro's expression is the one that changes. I thought I might have to conflict, but no, Q-Taro just keeps changing his expression one after the other. Why won't you deny it, Q-Taro? What? I mean, you need a ring-up box to trade. If he used one on the spot, shouldn't we have seen him do it? What could he be hiding? Oh no, I'm scared. Alright, please go well. Oh no, please stop. No, this is going so bad. Oh no, I'm totally not getting enough for this. Oh no, I totally failed that. No, I did it. Thank goodness, because I did not want to do that again. Yeah, no, button mashing, not my forte at all. Be as silent as you want, it's no use. Spit it all out, Q-Taro. I meant to cooperate with Sada, with everyone, but I got used for convenience. I'm pathetic, a pathetic adult. The third trade, my sacrifice being sent to Sada. It wasn't me, it was So's doing. What? I don't know what you're talking about. So knew. He knew I had the sacrifice. What? When everybody was sharing the laptop, So wasn't going to use the toilet. He went to use a ring-up box to trade my sacrifice and Sada's Keymaster. Don't know a thing about that. Wait a second, he chose two other people and made them trade? You can do that? Oh yeah, Nao's probably panicking because she thinks that that might be what happened to her, how she ended up with the sacrifice. It must be possible, huh? So you can say that with confidence. Yeah, so had a good catch there, because Keiji would know that from experience. So, isn't it about time you confess? Tell us your real reason for sharing the laptop. Such a deeply suspicious individual, Keiji. I also noticed that the last two discussions that we had involved Reiko, Gin, and Q-Taro. I think that's just randomly, but it's interesting that they're contributing the most to the actual arguments or the debating part. The discussion is stuck in equilibrium, failing to come to an agreement. How about I hear the truth from your mouth? About what? Oh yeah, they're really eyeing each other, because So sees through Keiji's bluffs, and Keiji also sees through So's bluffs. So it's the perfect antagonistic battle between the two of them. Between the statements these two give, I should either affirm correct ones or deny incorrect ones. Q-Taro couldn't do the third trade. I was on the toilet, so I couldn't either. Yes, Q-Taro could not do the third trade. Exactly, because he was with us. The question is, how did you know the sacrifice? Just rolling on ahead with this assumption that I knew, huh? Did you learn about Q-Taro's sacrifice via hacking? Couldn't I just take a peek to do that? That's right. Precisely, you saw it directly. Q-Taro's intent was to negotiate with So. And as a condition for his trade, he showed So his sacrifice card. It's natural to think that. Such an active imagination, Miss Sada. How about you use that imagination to consider what their negotiation was like? Q-Taro started to negotiate outside So's bedroom door. Huh? Were you watching or what? We were watching! Exactly, we watched you do it. Are you talking about some fake video again? Find some more solid evidence, Miss Sana. I don't have video proof. What? But I guess we didn't get this footage. But we did see it. In that case, are we affirming Q-Taro? Yes, even So already recognized that fact. That's right. How did So react to Q-Taro's proposition? He must have let him in the room quickly and struck the deal. I'm not brave enough to let Q-Taro in. Yeah, so, I don't know if I'm supposed to deny Keiji or affirm So, but let's deny Keiji. No, I'm sure So was on guard. Q-Taro's taken the laptop from him once before. So wouldn't let him in the room, no questions asked. Then did they make the deal through the door? How amusing. I just thought of a way. Q-Taro slipped the tablet under the door. Wouldn't he consider I might betray him? Well, yes, but this is exactly it. That's what Q-Taro did to propose his deal. So must have been fairly wary of Q-Taro, who could best him using force. Yeah, very easily. Q-Taro could just flick So and he would fall and slam into the wall. So, Q-Taro informed him that he was the sacrifice in advance. Not vocally, but by showing him the tablet. So, you had yet another objective on top of the tokens and the Sada folder. To control the sacrifice as you wanted. Oh, so many objectives. You got it? After the second trade, me and Kanna were working on the escape plan. That's when So fell asleep, had the nightmare, and woke up and then started the plan with Q-Taro. Then I heard Q-Taro through the door. "Wanna make a deal?" he said. I didn't care to listen, but he slid his tablet under the door. And there I saw it. Sacrifice. How brave of him to go as far as offering up info just so I'd share the laptop. What do you know? Sara, you saw that first floor security footage, right? Now he's admitting. Well, it's the truth. I haven't discussed my first trial, have I? It was one absurd trial, I tell ya. They told me, set up the props used for the death game. Then it's true, you set up the cards? Yeah, of course, I didn't know what they meant yet. Once I found out, I knew Kai's fate was set. It's like I killed him. Kai took the sage card I just placed at random. That's why I at least wanted to get Kai's laptop back one more time. Such an emotional story. So that's what drove you to give me a whole 100 tokens. 100, Meow? No way, that's enough for 2 trades. But you left yourself enough for just 1 trade. How cunning, pretending to risk your life, but not forgetting to protect yourself. What a dirty adult you are. Say again. That's true. I like the sprite of So too, the way he's looking, like has his hand on his head and the eyes. All told, you left yourself an escape route. If you were in a pickle, you could pass the sacrifice away from yourself. That's why I decided to act first and send the sacrifice to someone else. To Miss Seta, always thinking of her allies. Is that the truth of the 3rd trade? I was hopeful it might make you tear off your sheep's clothing. Why does he do all of this to me? But you went above and beyond my expectations. Eh? The 4th trade was you, wasn't it, Miss Seta? What are you talking about? I mean, the sacrifice is what killed Joe, yes? I didn't do any trades, I didn't have tokens. Well, technically, I didn't have any tokens in the playthrough before I had to change the save file. I only had 20 tokens, which is not enough to trade cards. I didn't even have enough tokens. I couldn't do any trades. No tokens? That's hard to believe. Quiet, loner. I was with Big Sis Seta for the 4th trade, woof. So was I. Seta didn't do any trade then. Well then, it must have been an ally who did it for you. Keiji, you took the sacrifice from Miss Seta, didn't you? What? What's the meaning of this? Yeah, Kanna would be very confused too, since she assumed that Seta still had the sacrifice by the end of the 4th trade. Since that's the whole reason she traded with Seta. I guess that would make Kanna feel better if Seta didn't have the sacrifice to begin with, so the sacrifice never randomly disappeared. But then again, it would also tell Kanna that Seta wasn't like what she expected and did actually trade tokens or trade cards with someone else. It's really very simple. Oh, the 2 of them were accomplices. Hem? Miss Seta and Keiji formed a terrifying plan involving the sacrifice. To achieve victory in the main game, by way of said sacrifice, they schemed to escape by working together and having Keiji win the vote. I mean, that would explain the 2 votes for Keiji. I suspect the 5th trade that followed was Miss Seta and Keiji making a bluff. They just picked 2 random commoners to have trade. Then the sacrifice is Keiji? That's all a wild fabrication. I mean, the sacrifice I had was taken away by the 5th trade. So spouting nonsense to lead everyone by the nose. If my reasoning is correct, Keiji is the sacrifice and the sage is Miss Nao, perhaps? I'm the sage? I mean, that's good news for now, if everyone will vote for her. Yep, so it may well be fine to have Miss Nao die this time. Oh, wait a second. At the start, you said you were the sacrifice. Yep, that was a lie. I'm a commoner. And that's the worst mistake he made, is admitting this. No way! Then wouldn't you be in the same boat as me? I see. Guess choosing anybody but Keiji is the same in the end. And let's vote for Kanna, since she's the least valuable. Oh, and then he ropes it all the way back to the beginning of the discussion. So... Enough. It's been a long time since I've hated somebody this much. Here's a friendly little police report. Oh, that's a nice statement. I long since used up all my tokens. And you want me to just believe that? So, you're just dying to say I ended up being the sacrifice, aren't you? Disclosure. Keymaster, oh yeah. Unfortunately, I'm the Keymaster. He's been waiting so long to say that. Huh? What are you saying? The Keymaster is Q-Taro though. Looks like we got him good. Disclosure, Sage. Oh, this is a really cool moment with Keiji and Q-Taro. My real role is Sage. Q-Taro's the Sage? Ridiculous. That's impossible. It's possible, alright. And as the Sage, I'm making an announcement. Keiji, without a doubt, the Keymaster. It can't be true. That's all. You were on the right track to think accomplices. But it wasn't Sada I teamed up with. It was Q-Taro. Let's tell the truth of the fourth trade, shall we? The trade between Mr. Policeman and Q-Taro. First, when So betrayed me with the sacrifice, I went stomping around in a rage. I mean, did he really betray you? You gave him that information. So could do whatever he wanted with it. When I heard what happened, I proposed to Q-Taro that we team up. And so, in the fourth trade, Keiji and Q-Taro's cards got traded. That fourth trade sure ended up punishing the loner now, meow. Yeah, I guess Keiji waited until So would admit his role to finally lay out all of the truth. Hold on, Q-Taro, were you passed out during the fourth trade? Yeah, and it's interesting to see whether or not So is bluffing here, or if he genuinely is very concerned. But thank you so much for watching. I think we'll end off here for today. So we got to do a lot of good progress. You know, we went past the preliminary vote. We got to figure out more hints. We're starting to sort out everything. Yes, now we have an updated chart of what we think happened, what we think the trades are. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and we will continue this debate in the next video. Bye!